Welcome to Film and Page. I'm Dominic, and this is another episode of Road to Dune. So Dune is out there, and it is making the rounds through the theaters, internationally anyway. It's going to be at least another month before I can see the movie. But I know some people that watch my channel have already seen it, and so far, most people that have seen the movie have loved it. And it's getting strong reviews. And it's already looking very good profit-wise right out the gate. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So this article comes from Variety, Dune Box Office. Dune debuts internationally with 36 million. Dune, the dazzling big screen adaptation of Frank Herbert's seminal sci-fi novel, ignited the international box office in its debut, collecting 35.8 million from 24 overseas markets. It's a promising start given the hobbled state of moviegoing in many foreign territories amid the situation. Directed by Denis Villeneuve and starring Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and Oscar Isaac, Dune ranked number 1 in most international markets and had the strongest turnout in Russia, with 7.6 million from 2,100 screens, followed by France, 7.5 million from 892 screens, Germany 4.9 million from 900 screens, and Italy 2.6 million from 740 screens. Given its ambitious special effects, it's no surprise that many audience members opted to watch Dune on premium screens. IMAX accounted for 3.6 million of this week's ticket sales, representing roughly 10% of the movie's total box office revenue. Internationally, many countries still have capacity restrictions in place, and in some areas, including France, Italy, and Germany, have required patrons to have vaccine passports to go to the movies. At the same time, Korea, Japan, Australia, and the majority of the Southeast Asia reinstated stricter lockdown measures, meaning most multiplexes have been forced to close, and those given permission to stay open have reduced hours of operation. In a positive sign for its big screen prospects, Dune has finally secured a release date in China, at a time when several Hollywood movies haven't been able to play in the world's biggest movie market. The film will debut in China on October 22nd. Dune, the $165 million budgeted space epic from Warner Brothers and Legendary, isn't opening in the US until October 22nd, when it will land simultaneously on HBO Max. Villeneuve was initially upset about the decision to put the movie, one that he says has been engineered to be seen on the big screen, on digital platforms on the same day as its theatrical release. But the director eventually came around to the hybrid strategy. One reason Dune is premiering in North America so much later than the rest of the world is in an effort to curb piracy. Also, over on Rotten Tomatoes, it's now at a 90% score among critics, no audience score yet. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Rotten Tomatoes, definitely had my issues with them in the past, and I don't take a lot of stock in critic reviews, because a lot of them seem like they just shill these days. But with that said, this is still better to have it a high score, I think, than a low one among the critics, because if it's a high score, it's still going to create positive buzz about the film and going to get more people to come out and see it. So this is really good news. I'm glad that Dune is doing very well in the movie theaters so far, as well as can be expected considering the situation. And this is important because it has to do well so we can get the part 2 of the movie. Because we're only getting really half of a movie here. We have to wait and get the second half. So this has got me really excited. I'm been kind of keeping close tabs on the news regarding with the numbers, how much money this movie is making. So we could get part 2, and I have to be honest. I mean, I've said in lots of my videos that as far as Dune doing well in movie theaters, I was never really totally confident in that happening. Not that I didn't want it to. Obviously, I wanted it to a lot, but at the same time, I didn't have a huge amount of confidence. But as these numbers come out and as the movie goes through the theaters and we're getting more and more positive buzz, we're off to a really good start, and my confidence is building more and more and more. And it's looking more and more like we will get that part 2. And I have to see what happens in the remaining weeks as it's circulating in internationally, and it goes to China and then debuts over here to see what kind of numbers it draws in. And then also on top of that, there's the streaming numbers with HBO Max and things like that that have to be factored in. But the filmmaker and everyone seems really positive that we're going to get part 2 to this film. Because if we only get like half of a Dune movie, half the story, I've said this so many times before on my channel, it's going to be a real heartbreaking thing. It's going to be like one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever had to deal with as far as movies go. I mean, the disappointing Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy, that's like will pale in comparison, be nothing if we only get half a Dune film, and it doesn't make enough money, and they don't greenlight part 2, and then it'll always be the what if and what would have it been like, and who would have played these characters. That would have been just this huge question mark that everyone would have wanted answered down the road. But it looks like everything so far is out to a strong start. So let's hopefully, numbers keep rolling in. And I've seen people on Twitter, they're going to see this film multiple times. And that's very important about these kind of movies, like these sci-fi films. The fans are very loyal. I know this is a thing that happens with Star Wars movies. Star Wars fans, the movies make a lot of money because the fans go see these movies multiple times. I remember when the Phantom Menace came out. The Phantom Menace came out back in '99. I seen that movie 3 times in the theater. I went the first time. Just kept going with different people, and then same thing with Attack of the Clones. I've seen that twice. Revenge of the Sith, I've seen that twice. As for the Disney ones, I only went and seen those ones once, except for the very last one there, Rise of Skywalker. I didn't even bother going to see that one at all. So that's very important to a movie like this, to have a loyal fan base, because it's those loyal fans, they're going to go see it more than once. And every time they go see it, they're going to drag other people with them. So I've got plans to see this movie quite a few times. I don't know if it'll show up in the IMAX in my area. If it does, I'll go see it there. I'll go see it in a regular theater. I'll go see it as many times as I can before it leaves the theater. See if I can break my record for how many times I've seen the same movie in the theaters with this one. But so far, everything is looking good. So that's everything I got to say in this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I will see you at the next one. I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you all in helping this channel grow. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded.